without the rain. I mean, I guess it's in the name. Rainbow, rain, Rambo. Now it looks like it's live. That's good news. Woofed. End of the first. They've made a run. Well, with climate change and all the rain, the West Indies... With the climate change, rain in the West Indies is in fact possible, according to the MAC. Return of the MAC. Ironic. Oh, there's a quick single here, and they're going to get that. That's juicy. You know what's crazy? We only have like 3 more months until we get a new game. That's exciting. And also, welcome back, YouTube. The stream's finally working again. Apologies, I just shit the bed before. Although I shouldn't have said that because now YouTube will demonetize me for saying those words. Although the Don today, El Donzo, he came up with a big F-bomb. Jeez, what are you doing there? That's it. Have I got some settings where they play shots? So I don't know what I've got on. Ah, yes, I have them on T20. I have them on T20. That would make a lot of sense, maybe why they're playing a little more aggressively than normal. Don't worry, everyone. I have fixed it. They will no longer play T20 aggression. And yet he does. Bizarre. Anyway, look, as I said, it's been a couple of weeks since I have jumped on board for a stream, which is nice. I've just been working, as I said in the Discord. There's been a few changes at my workplace, which has meant I've had to pick up a few extra little shifts on here and there, and also as a freelancer, I've had a few little other jobs come through that I've picked up on that I've had to, sort of get myself going there. So yeah, like, it's been fun. It's been a good time. That's about it, really. I live for all the hilarious contradictions that happen in these streams. What do you mean? What have I contradicted? Name one thing I have contradicted today. Probably something. Oh, short ball, top edge. When are you going to have top edges in this game that don't go to the boundary? Come on. July 17. That's when the rugby league game comes out. Although it's a bit strange the NRL haven't done anything for it. See, this is what I'm saying. This is why people complained about Big Ant not releasing any info about AFL. And I said it's the AFL's fault for not marketing the game because it's their problem. And the exact same thing is happening with the NRL game. The NRL are not marketing the game. The Super League are marketing the game. But the NRL are not marketing the game. Oh, that's a bad delivery. Catch that. G'day, Sarro. How are you, mate? Ooh, nice delivery. What else has happened since I last went live? There was a... the Big Bash draft happened. I saw that. What else happened there? Honestly can't remember, to be fair. Who got taken in that? Can someone inform me? I feel like I should know these things. I should be across a lot of this stuff, but yeah. I know Bubble was like a preseason pick. He was like a preseason supplemental selection sort of areas. What's this video about? This is not a video. This is a live stream. This is not a live event. Would I do an NRL stream? I mean, I could maybe play the new game. Maybe. That's about it. Shaheen Afridi got taken at pick 1 by the Heat. He'll be not a bad pick. Now, is the rumour true? Now, you may or may not be more informed than me on the matter. Is Virat Kohli playing in the SA20? I read that somewhere, but I don't know whether or not that's a fact, because I know the Indian players for a long period of time by the BCCCCI were, you know, unable to play in any other competitions. But because the SA20 is maybe also owned by the IPL slumlords, that he can play in it? I don't know. Jeez, I really just bowled way too full to start this game. I'm just happy to know my Thunder won a chip. Oh, the National International Basketball Association of America. Yes. Did I see the test match? Duckett was good. Duckett, I feel like is the guy who in Australia is actually going to compete, you know? Like, obviously, Joe Root never scored 100 here. Probably will score 100 here for once. But yeah, Duckett, I think, is the one I'm a bit afraid of in the Ashes. To be fair. Don't know how the extra bounce will get him. I reckon short balls maybe is going to be the strat against, you know. Anyway. When's the next AFL 26 video? At some point. I really just haven't had time to play it and really, you know, navigate my way through a video. I've just had a lot of work-related things going on. Am I streaming till the game starts? Potentially. Obviously, it starts around midnight Australian time, so that's in, what, 2.5 hours? It'll take me at least that long to bowl through the day. That is a reference not a single person will get there, Tommy. Glad you informed everyone of a out of context reference. Dean's been working double shifts at the bottle top manufacturing plant. That's it. No, there's no one else is going to put those caps on those toothpastes. You know, that can't be automated. Yes. Dean, he is in the SA20. He retired from Test cricket. Yeah, I know, but like, didn't they still ban Indian players from playing overseas comps? Like, I swear, there's never been an Indian player in the Big Bash. Because they just don't let them. Because they want exclusive rights to the Indians. You know. I wouldn't give him context either. It's just rogue. Oh, that's a nice... That's a bit selfish from India. I mean, that's called money. It's called capitalism. It's how the world works. You know? It really is. But just want to inform everyone, in case you didn't know, I will not be making a video series on this test match. I intend to probably live stream majority of it. Well, let's be real with me. How often am I going to stream? Probably not very often. And then I might make a video at the end of it, you know, at the end of the 5 days. But I won't be doing a daily sort of update of it. Jemima Rodriguez, Big Bash player. Indian. In the men's? End of the over. The batting team are now 17 for none. Not sure. Don't know. Josh Hazlewood's had a good start to his bowling. Is it 4 overs, none for 3? 3 overs, none for 4? 3 overs, none for 4? It's not bad. Yeah, so obviously this test tonight, Straya made a few changes. She's in the WBBL. See, that's different. Women need to get all the opportunities they can in women's cricket because there's just not a lot of opportunities. So I think that doesn't count. Dean, I bumped into Oscar Adams this week. Should I know who that is? Sorry if I'm missing a trick here. You thought it was a one-day series. This is... I think there might be some one-days after the test, but I think it's 3 tests, isn't it? It's definitely a 3-test series. What about Bubba in the Big Bash? Yeah, but Bubba's from Pakistan. My point was there's no Indians in the Big Bash. That's a good shot. That'll be a boundary to end the 8th over, where the West Indies have just made 21 runs without loss, I might say. Without loss. Patrick, give Patrick the ball. Oi, nice bowling, Patrick. They are not allowed to play in foreign comps. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. But then, obviously, if Virat is playing SA20, then maybe that because the SA20 is owned by the IPL slumlords, they are allowed to. Because remember there was that thing like a few years ago where there was like the IPL teams were trying to put in contracts that you couldn't play for your national team during the IPL or something. Or like if you got contracted for like the Super Kings in Chennai, but like there's like 3 other Super Kings teams in other World T20 comps, they can call upon you to play as like the Super Kings rather than playing for Australia. No news on Virat playing SA20. I think it's just rumors. Yeah, I mean that's really what I like. I didn't think it was a real thing, you know. I just wish there wasn't just injuries from only batting a long time ago, like in the game. Is that what you're talking about? It's just a little slap there. See you, Sarah. All the best. Dean, you sure it's 3 twists? Test. I believe so. I do believe so. That's a great shot from Campbell. That'll be 4. Indians can play in the Big Bash when retired, according to Big Bash eligibility. Interesting. Did we ever have, like, Shikhar Dhawan or anything? Although I feel like he's probably, you know, like, he'd want a bucket load of money, you know. Big Bash clearly just doesn't make enough money to be able to afford, like, some of these better players, you know. He's going to play in the India-Australia one day is coming up. Is that in India? Is that in Australia? Australia plays some weird... They've got some weird fixtures coming up before the Ashes. Like, they play... I think they play in September, like, up in Cairns or something. Like, just in these rogue venues before the, like, summer. So they don't... Obviously, they don't play in any of the big-time arenas. Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? It's another good Hazelwood over, but still get to take a wicket here in 10 overs of bowling. I don't know what my strategy is going on here. 3 Test series and 5 T20s. There you go. I'm glad it's not a 2 Test series, you know? Like, we've had so many of those dud 2 Test series. Like, you need 3. If you're going to be playing Test cricket, you need 3. That's cut away. That will be a couple more. In fact, it'll be 4 more runs. Yeah, but obviously, like, the 2 Tests are generally because it's like... Oh, catch that, maybe? No? The 2 Tests because of something that I forgot my brain's working. Money. Sorry. Money is the answer to all of the questions. In case you were, in fact, wondering. Yeah. Because it's obviously more expensive to run Test matches. Obviously, the attendance degrades over multiple days, so you make less money. TV audience degrade, like, you know, it's all about money. Which the game suffers. And, like, you watch that World Test Championship final, by the way, which South Africa were fantastic in. And it just shows you, like, it is the best format of the game. Because you get, to use a lack of a better word, tested in all of your qualities, you know? This has been a big over from, big spell from old Joshua of the Woods. Are we out of the woods? No, Berendorf. Yeah, I thought he was leaving. I'm surprised more people didn't leave the Scorchers. Weren't they trying to rebuild? Did they get rid of Marsh as well? I feel like he was on the outs. See ya, Master. Yes, I know that's not your name, but I said it anyway. Just Championship final was a bit weird. All of them have been, I feel. Just feels like let's just get through this. It's also weird because it's like after the biggest non-test competition in the world. You know, like it's after the T20s of the IPL, which went longer than normal. So, like, no one really had any preparation to it. It's kind of just like, you know, what happens going in. Different to preparing for a series. And, you know, at the end of the day, I mean, it's the same situation for both sides. So, you've got to give the credit where the credit is due. Do you feel like teams should play the same amount of matches in each World Test Championship cycle, or are you happy with the system right now? I mean, I think it's fine. Like, because, you know, everyone has different structures. Like, Australia will always play 5 test series against England in each cycle. They will also always play India in a cycle. Like, so from that point of view, and that's why, like, there's maybe a disadvantage between Australia, England, and India, because they always play so many matches against each other. You know, that their percentage is going to be lower. But, like, given the fact that, like, each and every country has so many other limiting factors, you can't create the competition in a way that is going to be incredibly favourable to Australia, India, and England, right? Because they obviously do play the most test cricket. You can't have a system that's like, you know, that is going to mean Australia, England, and India always end up in the fucking finals. Like, you have to accommodate for those lesser countries for it to actually be a system that makes sense, in my opinion. Should it be 3 tests, not 1? I mean, that's a valid argument. But, I mean... Oofed. Given, like... It's a valid argument, but I think also... Like, it doesn't need to be. Every other cricket tournament is a best of 1. You know, it's not like basketball, where you have a best of 7. Like, the IPL, it just has a final. You know, the World Cups just have a final. There's no... I understand, yes, because it is over a 2-year cycle, and it's over a number of series. You could... Oh, that was a very nice delivery. But I just don't think it's... I don't think you really need the 3. To me, that's money. If you want 3, that's money. You can sell, you know... Oh! Woof! 46 without loss. You know, if it is a series, right? Home test, away test, and then a neutral. But again, do you play a 3rd test if the first 2 are indifferent? You know, if it's 2-0, then you don't play the 3rd test. And also, like, if England are getting hosting rights, which test do they get? Do they get the 1st test? Do they get the 2nd test? Because I think that they were saying England are likely to get the next 3 WTC finals again in a new deal. I know India were trying to get it, but I think England are getting another 3, which is crazy because they have yet to actually make a final. I don't even think they know how it works. But yeah, interesting. Nice. Tap it. Let's throw it. Whatever. Don't know how I didn't get Brathwaite out last over. Confirmed until 2031. There you go. What happens if England make the final? Well, then they get a home game, don't they? But, like, if they were... it is kind of hard. Because, like, if you said, for example, that Australia was going to host a WTC final, which I don't think they would, purely for a few reasons. One, it means the cycle gets changed because the final happens in, like, December or February or something, rather than in June. Because Australia doesn't have any major cricket venues that would be available at that time of year. Obviously, that would be the middle of winter rather than in the middle of summer. So, like, it changes the cycle around. I feel like it's probably something that's either going to remain in England, maybe move to India at some point, if they do want to do that. But, I mean, England probably pay a lot of money to get it there, and it's probably worth it for most test-playing nations to play it there, you know? I don't have an issue with it. Also, England and the UK, like, craves test cricket. You know what I mean? Like, India is also very T20 vibes. Like, I don't think they've had... Ooh, that was almost a run out. I don't think they've really had a big test cricket resurgence. Remember they tried to play like that day-nighter, but, like, really there was just no one there. You know what I mean? Whereas if you played in England, you know you're going to get a full crowd for 5 days, regardless of who's playing. So I think that's why England is still the best place to play it. I'm definitely taking a wicket this over, by the way. Just want to point that out to everyone beforehand. That's not a prediction. That is a spoiler. Realistically, it should be held at a neutral venue for both teams, but that's hard to do, so no one will, more often than not, play the game in their own country. I mean, well, all three of them so far have been neutral, because England hasn't made it. And let's be honest, they won't make one, because Bazball is too radical. I'm obviously taking the piss, but I'm also not. I thought it was a pretty good chase the other... Was it yesterday? I made 378 to win the test in the 4th innings. At a ground where chasing has been relatively good. Just goes to show you. They make them too flat in... the pitches are way too flat in England. Gotta add some spice. Australia has plenty of spice. Oh, nick that, please. How do you make the test series? Well, I'm just playing a one-off test here. I've just, pick the teams. That's about it. All the players are there. The only player I had to download was Johnny Campbell here for the Windies. He's on 38 off 53. Good start for him. Oh, did that hit pad first? Maybe not. If Australia win the toss tonight, what do you think they'll do? I don't know. I'm not a big familiar person in terms of what happens in the Windies. I don't know what the conditions are like. I'm not an expert in that arena. Finished my assignment for tonight. Why is the time for the test so shit for us? Well, that's just how time zones work, Dale, isn't it? Try being a Formula One fan. Oh, when they head to the North Americas. I always love when like the UK and the European audience crack it at the Australian Grand Prix. Oh, there's a chance here of a run out. Because they're like, oh, I have to get up in the middle of the night. And I'm like, mate, we have like 3 races in Asia in the whole bloody tournament. I'll tell you what, though, I actually think Australian time zone is pretty good. Because we get the best of both worlds a lot of the time. You know what I mean? Like we get to watch our primetime sport at our prime time. But like if you wanted to watch the cricket overseas, for example, I mean, it's on in the middle of the night. But like a lot of the basketball is on like in the morning. If you want to watch like the WWE, it's on like, 10 a.m. If you want to watch the NBA, you can get games that are, they're going through the day up until like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So like you get some really, really prime sport happening overseas at a time where you're not expecting it. And you're like, oh, that's going to keep me busy through the day, putting, the NBA on in the background or whatever it is that you're doing. Or the NFL, during the NFL season, you get up nice and early, you watch a game. All right, I should take Hazelwood out of the attack. He's bowled a lot of overs here. You know, like, so I get, yeah, maybe this one test is not at a great time for us. It's between the hours of midnight and about 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. But, like, I enjoy the morning sport. I know I enjoy, like, you know I do enjoy, you know, the Saturday morning cartoons from back in the day. But I also enjoy waking up in the morning and just putting on something that's happening live that is premium sport around the world. Like, that is a pretty cool thing to be able to do, you know? All-nighters this weekend, Dale. Yeah, I mean, if I get through a session, I'll be shocked. Edged! Oh, it's just not carried at all. How are we all, by the way? We all good? Welfare check? Welfare check on the chat? All going well? Nice. Oh, it's fine. That will be runs. That will be 4. Geez, it's 73 without loss. This is actually a decent partnership here. I haven't really been paying attention to what I've been trying to do. I've been trying to bowl this like top of off stump region that's just flat out not working. My field placements, I think, have been absolutely pathetic. But so far, it's not really going my way. There's not as much bounce in the wicket as I probably would have liked. And other than really those 1 or 2 overs where I was attacking the stumps relatively effectively, I haven't looked likely to take a wicket. So yes, I think I will be not too long before Nathan Lyon is into the attack.
End of the over. The West Indies are now 77 from the 100.
Oh, nick that, please. Nick that, please. It'll be funny. When Lion comes in, takes a wicket, you just like cheat code. Spinners, cheat codes. Every time. Oh, he's nicked that. Thick inside edge. Get away with a single. Please read my message. Please read. Bro, my message. And then a shit emoji. You love to see it. I'm in dire need of a playlist, everyone. Does anyone have any recommendations for some tunes, some songs? What have you been listening to at the moment? What's the song of the week for you? Let me know in the chat. What's something that's been stuck in your head? You know, it's been stuck in my head because I've been watching Stranger Things. That running up that hill song. Been running up that road, been running up that hill. If only I could make it. Yeah, that song. It's been stuck in my head. Oi, Travis Head's going to take a nice little wicket here. What have we got? We Didn't Start the Fire. Sapphire by Ed Sheeran. Oh, yeah, I haven't really haven't heard any of the new Ed and Eddie. ABBA. Anything from ABBA? Voulez-vous. Yeah, I'm out of froth of Voulez-vous. Oh, bowling. Mate, how many slips have I got here? Not enough. Oh, he's chopped it on. All the very best to you, Campbell. Your innings comes to a close. He made a nice little 43, but a little inside tickle onto the stumps. We finally get a... I told you, spinners, cheat codes, man. They just take wickets. It's 1 for 84. Casey Carter, you next. On test debut. Is it his test debut? I feel like Brandon King maybe is on test debut. I don't know about Carty. That's a handy wicket to get, isn't it? Break the opening partnership for 84. What have we got? A bit of Bruno Mars, old-timey, but One Direction still hits hard. Any specific 1D song? What else we got? Move Your Body by Marshall Jefferson. What else? What else? I'll tell you what I love that's just absolute hot garbage, but I just froth it, is Baby No Money. There are just some absolute bangers in there. Like, they're just hot garbage songs, but I love it. I'm not dissing it by saying that. I just, like, I absolutely froth him. He's got some quality. You know? It's a maiden over. 84 for 1. What type of music do they make? Oh, it's just like, he just makes rap shit. Like, but it's like real, just real production beats. BBNO $. But Baby No Money sounds pronounced. BB Nos. Sure, you definitely would have heard a song. You'd have heard like La 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 or tell them Edamame. They're like the two big bangers. Twisty, are you still doing the world's great test? Yes, Jack. I haven't yet worked out a time to do it. Perhaps after this Windies little series, I could jump on and perhaps do it then. Yeah, no, I just honestly just haven't had the time. But I think I'll do it before Cricket 26. I definitely think I'll do it before Cricket 26. Yeah. Yes, it boy. Oh, yeah, that's a nice shape, Mitchell Stark. They haven't scored a run since the wicket, by the way. They have now scored a run since the wicket. You'd think that he does, in fact, have some money. You would think he does, in fact, have some money. What's the song he did with Moist? Like, what's the song with, there's a song with Moist Critical in there. Is it Boy that Moist Critical's on in the music video? God, I love Charlie. He's so funny, man. Oof. I'm going to try something that should have worked in that WTC final, but it didn't. And it's a top edge that actually goes to a fielder. Oh, hit that ball. Sarge says, my hot garbage artist is T Swift. Now, we love a bit of Tay-Tay, a bit of T Swizz. As Brathwaite finds the gap through the cover. And that is 4. Tell you what, the Jamaicans and the West Indian collection of countries have some of the best accents, don't they? They just sound so cool. Edged and taken. Lion has Brathwaite. He's out for 45. Gaz has 2. Classic spinning cheat codes. It's 2 for 89. Lion has 2 for 5 from 2.3 overs. That is extraordinary. Now, you know, everyone, I'm in a minor winter depression at the moment for a few reasons. Number one, it's cold as fuck. Is the first reason. And secondly, at the moment is it's Wimbledon qualifying, right, overseas in England. And for those who don't know, I've worked at Wimbledon the last 2 years. So I'm getting real FOMO from seeing all of my friends who I made over in England who are still working there this year. And we had, I think there's 6 Aussies who I know who have also gone over there to work this year. I'm seeing all their photos from Wimbledon and I'm like, I'm a bit shattered I'm not there this year, you know? Because the last 2 winters I've been over there and it's been like, so much fun. So anyway, I am at home watching, you know, midnight test cricket because I'm sure that's going to hopefully cheer me up a little bit, you know? Yeah. Oh, that was a nice delivery, that. A nice delivery, that. Just eat a bit of concrete and you'll be right. Oi, hello, that's too high. I definitely didn't realise the height there behind the stumps. No need for a review. Always the way. Although I do have a Nintendo Switch too. So I should just play my Mario Kart, you know. Get on the ball. Why is it cricket on ESPN? I don't know the answer to that question, but it is. And it's on, where is it on? Disney or KO. Which I don't know either. In Australia, that is. It's in the air. And that is in the gap, and that is going to be Brandon King off the mark. The fabulous shot through the covers. Imagine having the Ashes and Wimbledon on at the same time. Yeah, that was so much fun. Like, I was over there while it was on. I went to the second test at Lord's. And then I worked 2 weeks at Wimbledon. Or 3.5 weeks, actually, at Wimbledon. Just unbelievable time. Unbelievable time. Are they running here? They are running here. Go across the line here, get him to nick off. Oh, who's that? Constus? It is Sammy. Sammy Constus. Oh, blocking. This is 17 or 18 dot balls here. Nice. Twisty, I tried a WTC, but I could not get the proper kit. Where did you get it? So what you got to do, Jack, what you got to do is you've got to download someone else's team on the academy. And when you do that, you got to check the uniforms. That's a thick edge and that's a boundary. And you got to check the uniforms that they have on those teams. Because someone somewhere will make the correct uniform. And then you don't need to use that team. But then you need to be able to copy that uniform onto your team. And that is how you get the kits. Ooh. India's bowling with that Bumrah is weak. Mate, why do you think they only stood a chance in Australia because of Bumrah? He's the only reason they were close in that series. Dean, what do you thought about Marnus getting the axe for these tests? It's a really interesting call, isn't it? Because they are... You know, they've tended to be a bit of the protect the boys for a long time. You know, it's like if you've been in the inner circle, which Marnus necessarily has, then you stay in the side. But now that it's a new cycle, and you do have Josh Inglis, who is pretty ready-made, obviously, he deserves his position in the squad. And obviously they're not going to drop Cameron Green. That is the end of your first session of play. The way you said that was so insightful. I'm glad if you were able to understand my point that I was putting across. Always nice to be involved. You know what I don't like about these scorecards now is they removed where it says not out. Like it used to say not out, like where it said line for the players who were not out. Why have they not? Why did they get rid of that? I feel like they broke it during the pro team update because it's really quite annoying. Like I can see that they're there. But, like, if they're going to mark them as not out, put a star next to the 0 or the 9. You know what I mean? Like, it's got the star here. But, like, they're just... It's just annoying, really, sometimes. Because it looked like run out. That was why, no joke. No, it didn't look like run out. Or, like, it was in a different spot to where run out was. No, it was fine. It was fine where it was. It made more sense. It was weird seeing McDonald throwing his weight behind Marnus and getting dropped by Bailey. I mean, look. Everyone has their own opinion on the selectors. As far as I'm concerned, they can all get in the bin. Because for 15 million years, how many times do they just pick New South Wales players? Oh, stump him. Oi. That was close. You're not very up to date on the Sheffield Shield, but are there any hot prospects for the opener slot? I heard Jason Sanger's playing pretty well. Obviously, at the moment, Sam Constas is the one who has the slot. He's the incumbent, so to speak. McSweeney is a potential replacement for 3 as well down the line, but obviously Josh Inglis is the one who will get that first choice position in the team, and then Cameron Green, who obviously is just getting back into his sort of form. But you know what we are going to have? And this is what we all love. We are going to get one of the great bat-offs here this upcoming summer before the Ashes. Because Australia are going to make changes. Like this, I don't think this is going to be a 4 or 5-0 Ashes series, which, like, this is the first time in a long time I think England have come here with a bit of confidence behind them. You know what I mean? Like, it will be very interesting to see when Australia, like, if England win the first test, for example, which Australia just suffered that. They lost the first test against India. They came back 1-3-1. Would have been 4-1 if not for the rain in Brisbane. But, like, if England win the first test, that will almost certainly spring change, you know, in Australia. Oof. Is this the last summer for the 4 bowlers as well? I think so. I think Lyon definitely has said, like, the Ashes was sort of where he wanted to get to. Oh, that's close. I don't know if it pitched in line, though. I think it pitched outside leg. Yeah, I'm not reviewing that. Yeah, so, like, I think this is going to be very interesting. Where's the first test? In Perth? Is Perth the opener again? Is Perth the opener? I'm going to day 1 and 2 of Boxing Day. I was thinking about going to all of them, but I think it's just going to be too tricky. Especially if we do have Cricket 26 come out, then I'm probably going to make some content on that, you know what I mean? Would have to fund my adventures. Would you check if it was out, or would that ruin the magic? I mean, I'm 99.99% confident it was not out. Sorry, Jam Bob. You're going to the Boxing Day 29th because that's your birthday. Nice. Tickets sold out super quick, didn't they, for the first couple of days? Yes, Perth test. England won't do well in Australia, however much confidence they must have. I know you say that. And, like, oh, that's a nice delivery. like Australia has probably had the hardest batting decks, and by hard I don't mean like hard physically, but like hardest to play batting decks in the world over the past, let's say, 3 years. Like, all of the wickets are spicy. That is absolutely out. Bada bing, bada boom. It's a me, Mario. Mitchell Starc takes the wicket. Nice in-swinging full delivery there. Strikes him on the pad just in front of the off stump. And it will be cannoning into that off stump. Surely he's going to review this. Interesting. I've given it out. Impact is in line. Wickets are hitting. Thank you very much. Gone. I would have reviewed that if it was given, not out. I was pretty confident that ball was going to be given out. Look at the swing. Yeah, absolutely. That's a terrible review. 3 reds. Brandon King on debut, gone for 13. It's 3 for 106. Roston Chess, the West Indian captain, the new West Indian captain, has made his way out to the middle. They've lost 3 for 20 here, the West Indies. They wouldn't want to lose another one. All of a sudden, it could be a little bit of a collapse, you know. England are trying to come with like 6 fast bowlers to the Australian summer, from what I was hearing. Because, like, Australia will obviously use all 4. Like, I don't expect Hazelwood, Starc, and Cummins to play all 5 tests. Maybe Cummins and Starc to play all 5 tests, but I think Hazelwood will definitely get a rest over one of those. And as we've seen, like, the wickets are so difficult to bat on. I know people are saying Khawaja should not play, but again, like, he's opening in Australia, which is the hardest place to bat in the world at the moment. Especially against the new ball. Because the ball swings, it seems, and it's so tricky. Like, you just saw what Jasper Bumrah was able to single-handedly do to Australia in that series. I don't think you can just blood 2 new openers. I think that's almost too much of a shock to the system. Oofed. Can you do more AFL 26? I can, just not right now. Soon, though. Soon. Give me a couple of days. Edged. Goes to grass. So when is the time to get rid of him? I think when he's ready. Because, well, like, if you are going to try it, I don't think try it in the middle of the biggest series since the last biggest series, which was last summer. Like, let's say you try Consis and Inglis up the top, right, and they fail. Let's just say that, for example, which is what you're suggesting. Then it's a selection problem. Then it's a selection issue because it's like, well, they've picked players who are not, you know, capable of the position. Right? Whereas if you pick Khawaja and he gets out, then you have to give him the chance. He deserves the spot to earn his place. You know, like to lose. Like, he deserves the spot to lose. Oh, it's wrong. Khawaja did just have he just had a bad final. He was not good in that Test Championship final. Why not give Harris another shot? Oof. I mean, you could. Like, if he plays great in Shield, you can. But the problem with Marcus Harris is, and I'm sorry, Marcus, if you're watching, is because he was given almost so much opportunity without performing, that if they give him another shot and he does not perform, he almost really only gets 1 test. Right? Before they're just like, nah. Like, You know, like, because they gave him so many opportunities and he never scored 100, which obviously, yes, it's going to be difficult. It's Test cricket. Like, that's why he lost the faith. And it's so much harder it's a lot easier to put faith in someone who hasn't proven themselves yet than someone who has kind of been given a half shot. And, like, here's the point on Marcus Harris is we've seen Khawaja come back after a long period off, after scoring lots and lots of shield runs and be very good. Obviously, the difference was Khawaja had also scored test runs years and years ago. So, like, he did have a previous record that he could have done it. And the same thing was Mitch Marsh, right? Like, Mitch Marsh was excellent across all formats before he came back, and was able to score big runs for Australia and, I think save the Manchester Test, it might have been, in England. So, like, there's lots of questions there. But I don't think they're swapping out both openers. I think Khawaja is definitely, like, the senior player who stays. It's almost like, for those who watch AFL, it's almost like footy, like Richmond, for example. They are rebuilding. They've got a lot of young players in the team. But are they going to play all of the young players at once? No. You need to have the old vets who just aren't necessarily as up to scratch, but have just shown they can do it over a number of years. Like Tom Lynch needs to play to be able to help those new guys come through and develop. Of course, you mentioned Richmond. No, but I'm like, that's the relevant point of, like, I know Tom Lynch is not, the GOAT forward that he once was. But if he's not there, then these other players are not going to be able to have those level heads to be able to be at their best. You can't just throw everything out and start again. It's very difficult. Khawaja 100% is playing against England. He's unless he makes like 15 runs across these 3 tests, he's playing against England. I honestly think Labuschagne will play during the Ashes at some stage. But he probably has to have a really good start to the Shield season. Like, if he doesn't score runs in the Shield, then he's not looking good. Bo Webster, obviously he earned his position. He scored lots and lots of Shield runs over a long period of time. And also took Shield wickets, both as a seamer and as an off-spinner. So he did his part. Got his position in once, was it Green was injured? When Big Bo came in? Honestly, can't even remember that. Did he play the first test? I don't think he played the first test. Who played the first test? Or did he play the first test? Let's have a look. BGT 24, 25. Who played in the first test? Where Australia made 100 runs. Mitch Marsh, right. That's correct. Yeah, Mitch Marsh looked like a shell of a human. So it was McSweeney and Marsh, and then by the end of the series, it was Constas and Webster. And they were the 2 changes that were made. And Boland over Hazelwood. To 3 changes. Lyon, Khawaja, Smith, Stark will all be gone in 2 years. Hazelwood. I reckon Stark and Hazelwood, they would almost want to do one more. Like, let's say Australia retain the Ashes. I think they almost deserve one more ping at trying to win the Ashes in England. Which would be, what, 2027? Yeah. Because that's the one thing that this team has not done that every other, or that that the Australians have not done since 2001 is win an Ashes series in England. Like, England are the last team to win an Ashes series away, which is in 2011. So they have that up on us. Mars was show shot. He thought he nicked that one, but that he missed by about a metre. Yeah, and didn't review it, did he? I reckon Oz will win as Bashir, who can't even get in. Let me read this properly. His county side is going to be pummeled if he's the best spinner and picked. By the end, the paces will be cooked. The question is, do you even need a spinner in Australia anymore? If you look at last summer and you look at what Bumrah single-handedly did, you know, like, I understand, like, yes, you probably will need to pick a spinner. Oh, that's an interesting delivery. If it pitched in line, it was close. But yeah, like, Line didn't bowl a heap. I don't think he took more than 10 wickets for the series. And, like, he was almost a non-factor throughout. That BGT. Do I have the stats for this series? Stats. Let's have a look. Top wicket takers. Bumrah took 32. Cummins 25. Boland 21. Siraj 20. Stark 18. Lyon 9 wickets across 5 tests at an average of 36. Only worse was all the Indian bowlers, other than Bumrah and Siraj, from a wicket-taking and average perspective. Jadeja, he was a spinner. Jadeja took 4 wickets as a spinner. Sundar took 3 wickets as a spinner. Head 2, Ashwin 1. You know, like, so there's 15 wickets across 5 tests that were by a spinner. In a summer where they just did not have a lot of, like, not a lot of spin bowling. Like, how many overs did he bowl? 122 overs. That's pretty whack. That as the frontline spinner, he bowled, like, Cummins bowled 167 overs for reference. So, like, Cummins and Stark bowled 30 and 45 overs more than what Lyon did across the series, which is pretty crazy. But I think England are just going to look for, like, out-and-out pace. Archer, if Wood's fit, then Wood. Cass is the other one. Like, their aim is to come here with a lot of quicks, like genuine fasts. Day 4 and 5 foot holes will surely call for a spinner, if it gets that far. It really depends on the wickets. Like, the pitches in Australia have been so seam heavy the last few years that have made it impossible to almost bat against the new ball. Oi, that's nice. They're going to have that pace rotation, but if it gets to day 4 and 5, they're going to be so run. Yeah. Well, yeah, that I think is England's... that is the problem with England's batting with Bazball, is not necessarily for the batters, but it's how much time does it give the bowlers to rest. Because let's say Australia scores 350 in 90 overs, and England scores 350 in 60 overs. They're not giving themselves enough rest time to recover. You know, that means they're going to be bowling multiple spells in the same day. And it could cook them in a 5-test series, which is why England's plan here is to come with 5 or 6 seamers that they can rotate through the different tests so that they're not completely cooked by the 4th and 5th test. Which is why it makes it such a fascinating series. Oh, edged. And, look, if England don't win the Ashes, does it make the, like, does it make the entirety of Bazball a failure? And I know that's a very dramatic thing to say, but like, if their whole plan was to push for an Ashes series, like every time you hear England and Ben Stokes talk in an interview, all they ever talk about is the Ashes. It's almost as if any other series that they play is non-existent. They put all of their chips in the one basket, which is the Ashes. They drew at home, and if they lose, let's say, 4-1 in Australia, and they come out and say, we just want to have fun and not play, or, you know, we just want to have fun, doesn't matter about results, as long as we made entertaining cricket, blah, blah, blah. I think it almost calls for the head. You know? It's a bit like Michael Voss at the Blues at the moment. After you start losing enough, people come for you. If England win it... Oh, mate, even if they don't win convincingly, if they win it all, like, if they win the series, if England win the series, like, they're laughing. Vossie, he's gone. How's he sleeping at night? Not well, surely. Oi! That should have been a wicket. No, but like, on the Michael Voss thing, Carlton are traumatised by sacking coaches mid-season. They're not going to do it. If he's going to go, it'll be the end of the season. Won't be in the middle. We need to play Lloyd Pope so it can be Lloyd Pope bowling to Ollie Pope. Who are they going to get? I think Adam Simpson is the one at the moment who people are not necessarily linking to Carlton, but linking as someone who would potentially be interested in a move back to coaching. And if you listen to him talk on 360, he was a pretty damn good coach. West Coast was destroyed by the pandemic. Like, they just hated the travel, and then they had a shitload of injuries, and now they're cooked. Probably for another 4 years. So, regardless of whether Simpson was there or not, they were always in a bit of trouble. You heard Vossi booked a year-long Bali trip starting in September. Gonna bring a bintang, oofed, and come back and coach the Devils. I don't know whether they would get him for the Devils. If the Devils even exist. Or would the Devils be dead on sight if Vossi joined? No, that's a bad thing to say, sorry. We do like Michael Voss. At the moment, he's obviously not having a successful period as a coach. And we should be criticising that. Oh. Like, that's why I like... Not a huge fan of the media. Even though I work in it. Oh, that's a thick inside edge. They're not even going to get run here. Yeah. Devils not existing would be a meme and a half. Yeah. Oi. Yeah. I mean, surely they do. Surely they get in. I think the thing is, like, it's all systems go regardless of whether the stadium's going to be ready or not. And they just play at the other venues until the stadiums are ready. I think the biggest issue is you need a 20th team. I just don't think you can have 19 with everyone having a bye every week. Like, that's just annoying. That just sucks. Remember when we had to do that for the Gold Coast? But then where are you putting a 20th team? I think it's turned maybe too much down the leg side. I mean, first of all, yes, I do agree that there are too many teams. The talent pool is not deep enough. Like, we should really be culling 3 teams. before we try to create another one. Which is good. But it will never happen. The Australian Football League will never get rid of any of the current teams. And if you go to 20 teams, like, which teams would you cull? Reza says St Kilda, North, and GWS. Oh, that's a close shout, but again, it's going too far down. I don't know. Like, obviously, yes, St Kilda has done one thing in its existence. North, yeah, get rid of them. Or move North to NT. I agree with Eddie Maguire on that one. Make them the North, the North Kangaroos. And then I don't know, Gold Coast, get rid of that. See, the thing is, like, they know they need to have these teams in these areas. Yeah, I don't know. But, like, I mean, you could get rid of GWS or you could move GWS to Canberra and just make them a permanent Canberra side. If that's potentially better. Yeah. I mean, look, I don't envy being a St Kilda supporter. Mate, it must be hard. I mean, it's hard enough to go for most teams, to be fair. But, like, if you've gone for Hawthorn, you've seen a bit of success. If you go for the Tigers, you've seen a bit of success. If you go for Collingwood, you've seen a bit of success. If you go for Brisbane, you've seen a bit of success. Teams who haven't, Freo, you've been in one grand final ever. Port, you've been in one grand final. The other one, your name was on it. I don't think you were there. I mean, yeah, Port Adelaide serial chokers. They've lost that many prelims. Geelong, they're always good. Swans, always pretty decent. Essendon, yeah, mate, since 2000, useless. Another leading edge. And they will scurry through for yet another single here. This is a nice little partnership they have started to build. They've really gone at a much slower rate. Look at the run rate is 2.8 at the moment. 16 from 79, Carty. And Chase is 19 from 48. But they've dug in here. Port fans will tell you got to count the SANFL premierships. Mate, I don't think you should count any of them. Ignore the VFL flags. Ignore the SANFL flags. Ignore them all. Right? Then how many teams haven't won yet? I feel like most teams have won an AFL flag. Melbourne have. Let's go alphabetically. Adelaide. Adelaide have. Brisbane have. Carlton have. Collingwood have. Essendon have. Freo have not. Geelong have. Oh, get that run out. Bowls end. Oh! Who else has won an AFL flag? Sorry, where was I? Geelong have. Gold Coast no. GWS no. Hawthorn yes. Melbourne yes. North yes. Port yes. Richmond yes. St Kilda no. Sydney yes. Dogs yes. Eagles yes. So that's only 5 teams that haven't won an AFL flag? 4 teams that haven't won an AFL flag. Freo, Saints, Giants, Suns. So 3 of the newest 4 teams and St Kilda. That's what I mean. And St Kilda have been in a couple of grannies. Obviously had the draw they would have won. You know, like it's tricky, isn't it? That's another 4. That's another boundary. That's another boundary. Moxley, I do have some sort of difficulty settings. I really only have my test ones, and then I have, I think, T20 ones, which I just use for the 1 days as well. Yeah. Saints won a flag in the 60s. Yeah, but I'm only counting AFL flags, which is anything after 1990. So in the past 35 years, 14 teams have won. Port are newer than Freo. What are they, 1 year? 1 year apart?
End of the over. The West Indies are now 156 for 3.
But Port were a bit more established. Like, weren't they strong from the get-go? Port is the league's most successful club. The Port Power? Nah, Port Power, they've only won 1 premiership, mate. Port Power and the Port Adelaide Magpies, 2 very different teams. All right, let's go short. Oi, he's gone up and over the top of the offside, and Cardi finds a boundary. That's the 150 up. Ooh, shot. I just don't think they could make money with an NT team. I think that's the biggest problem with it. Oof. I'll get through there for the single. Handful flags. Do not count. Then did you watch any of the England v India test? I had it in the background. But that's it. I didn't really pay attention to it. Gee, that is an extraordinary delivery that's missed the edge. VFL flags do count. No, I was just explaining that if you don't count the VFL flags, that 14 teams have won one in the last 35 years in the AFL era. I think Hawthorn have won the most, or if they won 5 AFL flags. Oh, that should be out. Yep. Not sure what on earth Cardi was doing there. It's hit the top of the leg stump. And Lyon has another. 4 for 152. It brings Shea Hope to the middle. Don't think VFL count. I don't think they do count. No, I mean, the reason people count the VFL flags is because the AFL has come from the VFL, right? Like, every other competition joined the VFL to become the AFL. Like, it's not as if teams joined the Sandful to become the AFL. The VFL already existed, and those clubs already existed, and then because it expanded, it became the AFL. Like, West Coast Eagles played in the VFL before it was rebranded. Same with South Melbourne turning into Sydney, played in the VFL before it was rebranded. So it's the same competition that existed for a long period of time. As soon as he got the wicket, it went straight to an ad. I don't have control over that. I am not the ad. The ad man. Dean, I'm going to have a good night. Oh, I'm going. Have a good night. You too, Mr. Bob. Enjoy. Hit him with a bouncer. I have hit him with a few bouncers. He hasn't quite done what I've liked him to do.
End of the over. The batting team are now 152 for 4.
Back to cricket discussion. Oi, la 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 la. Nice, Gary. Oh, he's almost got Shea Hope nice and early. Got a little tickle there. 2 for 1. Trav head in at short leg. Oh, gee, that's almost gone to Constas at short mid wicket. Roston Chess. Oof. Tell you what, good luck getting this away. Aussies are making it tough work out there. As the back foot punch works. And that is going to be 4 more runs. They need to bring sandpaper into cricket 26. Do you agree? I mean, no. I don't see it happening. Look, probably unpopular opinion. I don't think the sandpaper gags are funny anymore. It's done to death. You know, Warner's gone. Bancroft doesn't exist. And Smith's not even playing in this next game. And people still talk about sandpaper gate. They didn't even win the match. They were just shit. They lost the game when they tried to cheat. Outrageous. Exactly. It was almost 10 years ago. I think it's just been done to death. You know, like, at the start, funny. Very funny. But, like, it's like come up with an original gag now. Sandpaper will stay as eternal as the underarm ball. I think so. I mean, the underarm was probably worse. Like, that was real, you know, England spirit of the game type shit. Meanwhile, Ben Stokes, spirit of the game, king himself, reviewing the catch he knew he dropped. He's up there with one of the all-time great moments. Oh, this game is ridiculous, but we will take the wicket. I mean, talk about sandpaper. Have a look at this. This is worse. This is Robot Gate. Oh, poor Roston Chase. He's out for 27. It's 559. Justin Graves in next. Why did he say Greaves? It's Graves. Oh, Ricky Ponting, 2005 level stuff. Underarm was technically legal. Yes. No, that is true. But also, any other country that's ball tampered, which happens a lot, by the way, you just get like a 2-game ban. They don't really give a shit about it. The thing is, it's Australia. And you know who cared about it more than the ICC? The people of Australia. The ICC would have just been like, oh, you know, come on, guys, that's a bit fucked. Like, what are you doing? Miss a few games. But the people of Australia were like, that is so un-Australian that we've had enough of you. You know? Like, the people of Australia, they did not like the Australian Test captain for a long time in Australia culturally had a higher standing than the Prime Minister. Like, that's how big of a deal being the Australian Test captain was. And, you know, when it had smooshed, that's not the word. Whenever it had smooshed the name of Steve Smith as the Australian Test captain at the time, the people would not stand for it. The people were like, I do not want you representing us. And it was the people who really gave that 1-year ban. Although Cricket Australia really did just fucking leave their players out to dry. They did not support them in any which way. And Bancroft, you know, was the scapegoat because he was the, you know, the young kid at the time. Like, I don't even know what the ICC sanction was. Does anyone know? Was it like a 2-game ban? Because it came from this... Yeah, it was Cricket Australia who actually banned them for a year. I mean, some people also still don't like the current Australian team because they call them, you know, the woke. You know, the woke side. That's very close to hitting the top of the off stump. I may send this one upstairs. It's pitched outside leg. Was it hitting? No? No. Okay, that's a pretty awful review. Don't you think Australia should develop a new spinner for Test, giving them a chance to play against a team like the West Indies, Pakistan, etc.? After a line that don't have any good spinner for Test. I mean, Kuhnemann obviously played the series in Sri Lanka. He was very, very good. I think he was the leading wicket taker in that series. So he was almost going to be a second spinner in this series against the Windies. That would have gone onto the stumps had you not taken it. But I think it's turned too much. But it wouldn't surprise me if Kuhnemann does play at some stage during this 3-test series against the Windies. That's pitched outside leg. I don't know how that's missed the stumps either. A guy at the SCG told me he was supporting India now thanks to solar panel Cummins. Yes. Yes, the woke climate change Australia cricket team. As some people like to think. Mate, I really respect the Australian cricket team for, only accepting the sponsorships they enjoy and not taking, mining blood money. It's pretty whack. Oof. Benny Duckett and co getting warmed up to give the Aussies a bloody nose. A bloody nose. Tell you what, I get blood noses almost on a daily basis. I've got a really terrible nose. It's one of those things that just is not good. It's not very good. Ever since I got the chicken pox, it really fucked with me. Because I had chicken pox inside my nose. Then I always get really bad. Anyway, sorry, that's really disgusting. It's a really personal story there. But I'm just pointing that out. These things happen. Coming so woke, he's never asleep. Crazy. The only person in your team I like is the coach, the best spinner in history, Dan Vittori. Yes, Dan Vittori getting out Shane Warne on 99 runs with one of the biggest no balls of all time. As we have a drink break. Will I have a drink? Yeah, yes, I do. As always, everyone, remember to drink during the drinks break. That's the end of the secondary session. Is that the second session? Oh, geez, we are flying through this day of play, aren't we? That's going to be very handy. It's 168 for 5. 3 wickets fell in that session, courtesy of Nathan Lyon, who took 2. Mitchell Starc took 1. And at the moment, the West Indies, they just lost a couple of quick ones there before the tea break. Hazelwood probably gets the ball back. He's bowled just the 9 overs. I'll get out of the way so you can see that. Otherwise, bowling's been okay. Batting's been okay. Run rate's been pretty slow, but it's cricket. It's Test cricket. That's what happens. That's what happens. Oh. No, I think Duckett will be pretty good in Australia. I'm taking you out, Gary. I'm giving Bo the ball. Big, beefy Bo. Oh, that had some good shape about it, didn't it? Bowl Inglis. Mate, I've got Cameron Green and Bo Webster, and you think I'm going to bowl Inglis. And I've got Head. That's right, Travis. Well, that's 4. Graves off the mark. Who's my other spinner? Oh, well, Trav Head. Oh, Kuhnemann is in the Windies squad. Yes. This may be a dumb question, but do we usually hear about a game about now? No. The game has already been confirmed by Nacon, which is the parent company of Big Ant Studios. And I found it quite funny when I went in to Big Ant to do AFL pre-recording. And, we were like, we were talking, and I was like, so what's going on with cricket? I saw Nacon just announced it in their shareholder meeting. And they're like, yeah, that's really bizarre. Like, I mean, we've not heard anything about that. No idea about that game. Wouldn't know that there's a game coming. Because obviously they were playing very coy. Because they can't tell me that there's a game coming, even though their parent company said that there was a game coming called Cricket 26. I thought that was very funny. So, you know. No, you'll probably hear about it, honestly, like 3 to 4 weeks before it comes out. It won't be any longer than that. Like, although, when did we hear about that? I feel like Cricket 24 was announced, a long time before it came out because it got delayed by 6 months. But I think it was announced... I think it was announced in, like, May, as if it was coming in, like, June. And then it... Okay, so it was announced in April that it was going to be released in June. That's Cricket 24. But then obviously it got delayed till October. But yeah, I wonder what they're going to do with this one. I really hope they make Korea good. Because, I mean, at launch, obviously it's a bit different now, but at launch, this was essentially Cricket 22. Like, you could not tell the difference between the two games. Like, it even had the same scoreboard. It was wild. This will just be a short bow spell here, by the way. What specifically in career mode do you want? I want the World Cups to work. I want the World Test Championship to be a thing. I want my player to do more, if that makes sense. Like, you can't just have it as... Like, the thing with cricket, though, it is different, right? Like, the reason Korea is good is because every game is different in the sense, unless you're an opener, is different in the sense that you're coming in at a different scenario every time. Oh, edge that goes to grass. Like, there is enough in it that it's, you know, each game kind of feels a bit different. You know, you could be coming in mid-collapse, you could be coming in at the end of an innings, needing to chase to win, to bowl to save it, etc. But I think in between games, you probably want a little bit more. You know? You probably want a little bit more between games where you are... Whether it's, like, getting a bat sponsorship or... Like, there was so many things that they had in, like, Cricket 19 or Cricket 22 in Korea that they took out. Like, I'm not talking about, like, the training shit. Like, I don't give a stuff about the training. I just think if you have... like... I mean, more cutscenes, more fucking, like, a reason to try and get a bat sponsorship, or, like, if you score 500 runs, you get this thing. I don't know. With Korea, you can't play defensive because it gets too boring. I mean, yes and no. Like, it really depends on the test or on the match type. Like, you've got to get, yeah, you'd love some sense of achievement. I just think with 24's career mode, they took out... I think it was because Cricket 22 had a lot of cutscenes. But they took all those out for 24. And it kind of made it a bit shitty. I also think they need to fix the, like, scheduling of games. I don't know if that was a real issue with this one. But you know how, like, you'd have, like, 3 series, like, on top of each other? And you couldn't really, like, prioritize which ones you wanted to do. If you said yes to all of them, that's a very nice ball that should have hit the stumps. Yeah. Oof. Nice. You want to see bats break here and there. I mean, I don't think that'll happen. Sorry to burst your bubble. Like, I know sometimes we want these crazy one-off things to happen, but I just don't know if they do. They got to fix county cricket in Korea mode. I haven't seen the county cricket. Oh, that almost could have been a catch. What do you mean they've got to fix it? Like the divs, or like there's no relegation progression? Oof. Hi, is this a tournament or just a one-off test series? It's a 3-test series that starts tonight. I'm just playing one test at the moment. Might play the other ones, but obviously that's still a couple of weeks away. More injuries. I've only seen it happen occasionally in Cricket 24. I don't think I've ever really seen an injury other than like very early days in Korea where yeah, I mean, I don't think you want to see like concussed players them copping a bouncer to the scon. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's just like, does that add? That's the thing. Does that add to your experience of the game? Probably not. It would probably frustrate more people than it would improve. That was very close, because if that hit the pad first, you were gone. He's lucky. Will I be live streaming all days? I don't know yet, Dale. I would like to think probably. I just don't know when. I've been injured in Korea because I ran out of stamina. Yeah, I think that's the only time you ever get injured. He's running out of stamina. I know they had, like, you know, the first-person cutscenes. Like, if you hold down the, trigger button, you see it all in first person. Which I think they made as, like, a big selling point at one stage. But there was never really a time for it to ever be implemented. You know what I mean? Like, if he's walking back here... Oh, I can't look at it here. I would love a proper, complete game. Okay. What, in your opinion, and I'm not challenging you, well, I am challenging you here, but what, in your opinion, is a proper, complete game? Like, what do you want? Because I think sometimes people offer up problems without solutions. So it's like, what is the thing that would make it complete for you? Right? Ghost of Tsushima. Yes. That is exactly what you would want. Thank you, Kale. You know what I've been playing? Kingdom fucking Hearts. That's what I've been playing. Now that's a video game. I got to level 99 on Kingdom Hearts 2. Now I'm trying to platinum Chain of Memories. Ugh. It's crazy. Mario Kart Wii. Ugh. Mario Kart World. Ugh. That's a game. One that isn't fucked on released. Okay, thank you. And isn't wrecked with almost every patch day. Case in point, this game. Was this game wrecked with every patch? Actually, one they did Pro Team. Yeah, that probably did. I would love the games to feel a bit different. Pitches being different in countries and challenges that comes with it. World Cup's feeling special. Yeah, I kind of get that. What's the other thing that's always been broken for the last, like, 4 fucking games? Oh, that's right. The fucking trophy presentation. Can they fix the trophy presentation to actually be the trophy that you select? Or the trophy that you're winning? If I win the World Cup and I am celebrating by holding the Sheffield Shield, that'll do me. That'll fucking do me. Oh. Hit it. I know you can't do it, but the commentator is shocking. I just have them on mute. To be fair, if no one notices things and no one get nothing and the bugs don't get reported, Who's going to fix it? You know, and I say that, and you might think that's dumb that no one knows that. But, like, if the only people who know that's an issue are the people who have played it at home, and no one has reported it as a bug, it doesn't go in the system for a programmer to actually fix the problem. You know? Dean, what is the aim for the length of the video? What video? What are you talking about?
End of the over. The West Indies are now on
See you, Jack.
193.
A trophy cabinet would be great too for career mode. Actually, yes, I did point that out. That was one of the things I did want. And that was also the reason I made my video so early before the game got announced. Because I was like, if I make this video a month before the game comes out, they can't put any of this shit in the game. If I put it in now, a long time ago, or a long time before the game comes out, there's half a chance that they could sneak some things in there. The first test video, like 30 minutes. I don't know. It'll just be whatever works. Honestly. G'day, Aiden. Saturday might be the last game, given it's probably the last time. I think it is our last home game for the season. Because then we have a bye, because some team dropped out. And then we have a couple of away games before the finals, which I probably won't play in because I'll be overseas. I'll be surprised if I even turn this into a video, though, Dale, to be fair. Scenario mode was just so broken. That was the problem with it. Again, it was a mode that was fun, and it was fine. Oof, but it was very broken. Like, you weren't able to actually give Line the ball. We've only got 10 overs till the new rock. Maybe have it like NBA 2K where it's open world. No. No. You know why they do that? So you can spend real world money. I don't need microtransactions in my game, Hodges. I know it's capitalism and I know that's how it works. As the 200 comes up here for just 5 wickets lost. But I don't need an open world cricket game. Let's get the basics right. You know what the NBA 2K games have? Anthony Mackie. I don't remember which one he was in, but they have Anthony Mackie. Dean doesn't want to spend more money on the game. To be fair, I don't spend any money on the game because they give me the game for free, which is fantastic, and I love that, and I appreciate that because I get to make great content on it. But my point being, I don't want you to have to spend $1 million on the game. I don't know if you're allowed to, you know this or allowed to disclose this. What was the budget for Evo 2? I don't know. That was never my domain. I just knew I got paid fuck all. And I did a lot of work. Like, dead ass now I get paid like 3 times as much as I did when I was on that game. Crazy. But that's the games industry. People get paid nothing to do a lot of work. But that was also on me for not negotiating a better rate earlier. Which I did. When I quit and they asked me to come back, I was like, all right, but pay me double. And they're like, okay. Then they did. And I was like, fuck, should have done that earlier. But also I was very inexperienced and didn't know anything at the time. What do I talk about here? I've never understand why other games like Forza Horizon and NBA 2K have better graphics. It's something to do with budget. So there's a number of things there, Dale. Obviously, NBA only has to really render like 5 dudes on the field. Footy, or AFL, for example, has like... You have to render 22 heads, which are the most expensive things to make. From like each head, each player head, like you're seeing this man's head in the game, from what I knew anyway, used to take an artist 3 days to make. Like 3 full, so that's 24 hours or 25 hours on average to make a head. That was how much you were budgeted for. So if someone's getting paid $300 a day, that's $1,000 a head. If you're going to make 800 heads, that's $800,000. Which is, I believe, what, there's 800 heads in AFL 20, whatever, 26, 24, 23, whatever number it was. So, like, that game was... That's just for graphics. Then, obviously, programmers different, you know. So, like, that's where a lot of the money comes from. And also, then, the reason those things can have higher graphics for, like, their worlds and things is because they don't then have to spend the processing costs. And I'm using costs in a different language here. For like how the game actually plays. Like if you want the game to run at like proper frame rate and you have 70 things rendering in at like 1 million, you know, pixels or whatever, the game's just going to run like arse. If you wanted to run at a decent frame rate, you have to sacrifice somewhere else. And so that's when you get lower graphics turned down. It's the same reason why like PC games play good on... It's the same reason why PC games... Like, if you have a good PC, will play better at a higher quality than on a shitter PC because it's optimized to run at a better frame rate while the graphics have to be turned down to sacrifice a cost from a performance perspective. So that is essentially it. Yeah. Thoughts on a POV walking out to bat? How sick would it be walking out to famous grounds like SDG or Lords? You actually can already do that in the games. You just have to hold down the left trigger while they're walking out. I just want to point that out. In any cutscene, by the way. You can do that in any cutscene. Like, if he's walking back to the post here. Let's do it. Oh, you can't do it, but, you know. If we get a cutscene. Oi! Yeah, look. He's not facing the right way. But you can do it. He really should have been facing the stands, not the ground. But you know, look. First person. Don't know what's wrong with Mitchell Stark's eyesight. He's got no long distance sight. But it's not them walking out of the change room though, like the famous long walk in Lords. See, that's different. I think that would be cooler. Yeah, if you created a virtual long room and you have the players walking through the long room, I think that's a cool thing. That would be good. Why don't they add some abuse from the fan? I mean, that's accurate too. It's in the air. But it is in the gap and it will be 4 for Mr. Hope. Got the second training session for the Frisbee Nationals team tomorrow. Oofed. Nice, Brentos. I'm putting a big bow back there. Going to fire through to the new ball here. 5 overs till it. 15 overs left in the day. Imagine your player gets sacked as Aussie skipper for a sexting scandal. Remember when Tim Payne was on the front cover of Cricket 22? Me neither. Seems suspicious. Ay. What do you think, Real Cricket 26 with the same version of gameplay like Cricket 24? I don't know. I don't think we will know until we see it. I would like to think it will be different. When does the game start? Yeah, in about 45 minutes. From this moment in time. 47 and a half minutes to be more precise. I have a Tim Payne cover copy sitting a meter from me right now. Outrageous. It's like the Twilight Zone. You're living in an alternate timeline, Brentos. Oh. Oh, bowling.
End of the over. The West Indies are now on 218 for 5.
Is it worth upgrading from 22 to 24? I honestly couldn't tell you the differences too significantly. If you don't care about Pro Team, which I personally don't, I would honestly say just wait 3 months until the next game comes out and spend your money there. Brendan Fernando. Yeah. Like, if you've waited this long, I don't think there's a point now. Because if they're going to update player looks, etc., it'll be in the new game. It won't be in this game. Oh, jeepers. You thought Pro Team wasn't around in this game. It's in this game. They've put it in now. I don't think it's any good. But it's in there. I also think they fumbled the bag with Pro Team on AFL. Because I think if they launched AFL Pro Team with Legends, God, it would have been way better than making everyone wait like 3 months. Because by the time you do that, no one gives a shit. Like, I'm sorry, but why aren't you putting your big ticket items in at the start? I know they probably wanted a slow build for this Pro Team in 26 because it's going to be over 2 years. But give people something to actually look at. You know, like if you put Legends in AFL Pro Team, like if you had Richo in from Season 1, do you know how many people are going to want to play that? Like, stupid. That's my personal opinion. I don't know who agrees/disagrees with me at Big Ant. Maybe people have the same opinion. Maybe people are like, actually, we don't want people to be playing Pro Team yet. Because it's just, I don't know. The new game buzz only lasts so long. I think you need other reasons, other things, yeah. I think it's much harder to bring people back than it is to hook them in. And so that's why I think it's a big mistake. Because let's be honest, if you're still playing Pro Team right now, you're hooked. But you would have had a lot more people hooked had you given them reasons to be. Yeah. It's the same thing with any sort of sales or any form of like getting people's time. Like, for example, I haven't streamed for a couple of weeks. I'm glad you guys are here watching this stream. But I know if I don't stream for a month, it's much harder to get people back than if I stream every day for a month and people are used to me streaming. It's just sales 101. The cost of getting people to do something new rather than doing something existing is so much higher. It's so much higher. So purely from the sales perspective, I don't understand. Dean, at the start of this year, you said there's a high chance of a chair upgrade. Any progress here? Well, I've been yelled at multiple times by the stream when I put the suggestion of, am I allowed to get a new chair? So, at this point, no, you can't use code chairman anymore, Toby. So at this point, there's currently no plans for a new chair, although I'm telling you now, the cushioning is starting to fade. Love how when you answer a question, you give an in-depth response rather than a yes or no. Mate, what's the point in giving a yes or no answer? What am I, fucking one-word Fred over here? Imagine. Do you know how boring it is when people respond to your questions with one word? You just think you're talking to a wall. You're better off just telling them that you're going to go fuck yourself, because what's the point? Oh, he's gone! Big Bo Webster gets the wickets. One ball before the new ball. And it's the end of Justin Graves. He's out for 34. Yamal Warrican is in next. And surely we can rip through this West Indian tail with a brand new rock. It's 232 for 6. Sorry, Gary. We're bringing Mitchell Stark back, and we're actually going to give Pat Cummins the new ball, I reckon. There it is, the new ball. Nice and shiny. What is it, a Dukes? Nah, I don't know what that is. Oh, round the wicket. Not sure this is a good call. Oof. Gonna have some context needed for the vid. Oh, I don't know. I'll probably just mute the audio at that point. That's what I do sometimes, is I'll just... If what I'm saying is so out of context, I just mute my mic for that section. Because it's just not worth it. But I can tell you by knowing what I've said in this stream, it's probably not worth doing a video at all on this. It's probably just worth streaming it and not even bothering with the video. It is, in fact, a Duke's ball. There you go. Personally, I've never seen one out of yeah. Ignore my words that I can't speak. There are no strings on me. Don't want the crazy engagement of people going, what the fuck is he saying? Nah, but like... I don't know, I can just kill the flow a bit, you know? Can we have a just out of context video? I mean, you're more... That's what clips are for. If you want to clip something, you're more than capable of doing that. You think I have time to work out everything I say out of context? That's not my job. I'm just here to play cricket, man. That's a no ball. Oop, sorry. Then please stream all days or put the final result on Discord. Hopefully I'm not asking for too much. I think I'm going to have to stream it. In fact, I might even stream it in the afternoons rather than the nights. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot. It's a lot of time. Oh. It'll probably just continue into next week. You know what I mean? Like I'm working Saturday, Sunday nights. So I probably won't stream Saturday, Sunday. Probably won't stream Friday. Because I'll be at my granddad's for dinner. So I can maybe stream day 2 tomorrow. Early Arvo. Who's playing tomorrow? Is it fucking Essendon? I feel like Essendon's playing Thursday or Friday every week, which is a joke. Or Essendon on Friday. Whichever day Essendon playing, I can fucking... Yeah, it's Port Carlton. Oh, who gives a stuff? Yeah, I can stream tomorrow. Ain't nobody watching that game. See you, pause. Four months on from Maxwell history. Is this still your greatest achievement to date? I mean, it's ooh, it's up there. I think it's probably the most fun I've had doing something for a long time. Because it was like... It was just an idea that was supposed to go for a week. And because it just kept going. Like, and going. And going, and going, and going, and going, and going. It was like, oh my god. So I think purely from a content point of view, it's got to be one of my most successful things I've ever done. That was 4 months ago. It actually started 8 months ago. It started in October. Filler content. It turns into gold. Oh, that's a good minute. That is a good ball. Where did India go wrong in the first test? Well, I didn't watch enough of it. But obviously they lost a lot of wickets for not a lot of runs in both innings. Their middle and lower orders didn't really add anything. Like if their middle order and lower order adds like 30 for, an extra 30 runs in each innings, that's another 60 runs, and England probably aren't chasing 400 and something. You know what I mean? Yeah, long tail. Long tail. And what was there? 6 dropped catches? I think I read something like 6 dropped catches. I mean, you're not winning most games of cricket if you're dropping 6 catches. Like, look at Headingley in when Australia played there, and Stokes was dropped 4 times. It happens. You can't win games. Catches win matches. Put them down at your peril. One of the greatest commentary lines of all time in Ricky Ponting Cricket 2005. 6 overs left in the day. Oh, edged and taken. That is a ripping catch from Constas. It's the end of hope. Stark gets the wicket. This absolutely flew. Like, that was a bullet. That's in slow-mo and it's still rapid. It is 7 for 239. But you can say the same thing about Australia in the World Test Championship final. They dropped, Smith, when he broke his finger, he dropped someone that made a big difference. I'm trying to think in my head. Bavuma. That's who it was. Was dropped. If Bavuma gets caught on 4 or whatever he was on, makes a big difference. Or was it Markram? I can't remember. It was one of them. One of the two of them. Toss in 5 minutes. Calling it now. Australia will bat first. I have no idea. I mean, I think if Australia win the toss, they probably will bat first because it's Australia. Unless they think West Indies have a new team, let's put them under the pump and bowl first. But more often than not, Australian teams will win the toss and bat. They will bat first and bat big. If Australia win the toss and bat, I can tell you, I'll be going straight to sleep. I will not be paying attention. 2:39 for 7. We've got 5 overs left in the day's play. In fact, we've got 12 minutes left in the day's play. It's probably enough time for 4 overs. Oh! Don't think he hit that. It's probably going to be given as a wide. Anyway. Oh, gone. Or is that going to miss? I think it's going to miss. Oh. I've chosen not to review this, but we will have a look-see at the big eye. It did have a feeling that it just swung late, didn't it? Yeah, it's going to go down. Wicket's missing. Just shows you, though. Pat Cummins getting the ball to swing a long way. Australia would bat first on my back lawn. I mean, we've got AstroTurf, but it's not very even, so it'd probably be a real nightmare to bat on, to be fair. Our little strip. My back lawn is the hardest pitch in Australia. Just a real flat pitch. Real even bounce. Run him out, please. That's not going to happen. Oh, that's nice. I don't even have a back lawn, just a little brick courtyard. So I would class that as a road. Yeah, geez, doesn't turn much on that sort of a road. Overgone. It's a maiden, I think, unless there was there's a wide in there somewhere as well. Righto, on to the next. Start continues. He's got a couple. There's an edge. No runs. I must say, the run rate of the West Indies has been extremely slow. Just 2.8 for almost an entire day. That is very rare in this game for that to happen. Because even when you've got control of a team for a while, they generally get the rate up to 3, 3.5. Fun fact, England have only lost one match chasing under Stokes and McCullum. Really? And I can tell you which one it is too. It's Lords, the Ashes. The Bairstow game. That's the one. Oofed. Phantom says, only playing cricket games. Do you think playing other games to grab the larger audience is worth it or not? I don't mind, by the way. I mean, I very rarely will actually play cricket on stream. I mostly play other stuff. I mostly play, like, Fortnite with my friends. My streams are just to have fun. Like, I'm only streaming cricket because cricket's on tonight. So it kind of makes a bit of sense. And I mostly only do it during the summer as well. Yeah. Due for a bit of Mario Kart, actually. Playing Rocket League also. What do we do? The other week we played Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront. That was huge. Yeah. I mean, maybe you've only seen me play cricket games, which is so fun. Ooh. Only 11 matches, 110, lost 1. There you go. Can you stream Grow a Garden on Roblox? I don't play Roblox. Because then I would get too invested and want to buy a million V-Bucks or Robux. This is probably the last ball of the day, by the way. This next one. Let's go for an in-swinger. Actually, tomorrow, we may do a react to the D12 Rosies vlog, which is coming out tomorrow. I have some funny moments in it. I think you'll enjoy them. Last ball of the day, it's a dot one. Oh, no, it's not. It's gone through the infield. It's going to be worth 2. Or actually just the single in the end. They declined the second. The West Indies will end the day at 7 for 248. Joseph and Warwick and unbeaten. Let me just wrap this real quick, even though it doesn't really matter. Anyone's here. 7 for 248, the Windies. Pretty good day. Line 4 wickets, Stark a couple. Webster got one as well. That's pretty much it. No one made more than 40. Run rate was slow. That's pretty good. Pretty good. No, I'm 4 and zip, Aiden. Where's my vision? Yeah. I wonder what the best way to do this is. If I just drag it in to like, you reckon this scene, maybe? Sorry, I'm just looking for the file. I'm just looking for the file. I'm looking for the file to me. To me. I'll just download it. It's on my Google Drive somewhere. 40. My round 10 moments. I tell you what, everyone. My kicking is shit at the moment. Like, needs to be improved. Genuinely needs to be improved. Absolute atrocious. How long does this say it's going to take? 3 minutes. All right. 3 minutes. Always has been. That's also probably true. I think it's just a learning curve, really, as to like understanding how to play in a different, when you're under the pump. I did have one nice kick, though. I also do a good blind turn. I do a good blind turn as well. That was really nice. YouTube, by the way, I've obviously finished the gameplay for the day. I don't know if you understand what the situation is sometimes. I'm just going to show you some footy highlights for the week, and then I'm going to get off. You're more than welcome to stick around for that. I might keep that up for now. Australia won the toss on the batting first. Yes. It was a weird game. Yeah. I mean, but we won well. Dan Thorson at training this week said, were you feeling a bit sick on the weekend because you had leather poisoning? I was like, I don't think I touched it that much. It was probably my best like overall game at getting to contest. But yeah, I mean, I was still disappointed by my kicking. But let's be honest, I've played 5 games of football in 20 years. So I've got reason to not be very good. You know what I mean? Like, I've got an excuse. I never fucking played football. So I don't have to be good. It's not my job to be good. Will Boland play this series? Maybe. I don't know. It depends if they want to roast Hazelwood. Surprised the stream on the West Indies channel isn't geo-blocked yet. Is it not? Oh God, someone's getting yelled at. I remember Fox got yelled at for posting stuff on Instagram because we can't post anything on Instagram because Instagram you can't geo-block. Whereas YouTube you can geo-block, and yeah. Can you do full screen for the match? Well, I'm not playing anymore. The game I'm just playing the video game. What do you mean? I'm not playing more than that. I'm not showing you the game. That's illegal, my friend. That is illegal, my friend. They won't let me doing that. I do not have the broadcast rights. I do not have the rights to broadcast that game. What are the odds someone from Twitch is watching? I mean, it doesn't matter, to be honest. But I just won't be doing that. That would be silly of me to do such things. All right, here we go. The video's downloaded. Where am I putting it? I'm putting it on this one. Oh, that's not it. I wanted it to be in the normal gaming scene. The other one? Yep. Cool. I want that, and I want it here. Oh, didn't mean to put that there. And I want it to. Yes. I also. This might be very loud really quickly, but give me 1 second. Hopefully I can fix it. How do I pause? How do I pause? There we go, pause. All right. Transform. Feature screen. Go back to the start. All right. Let me talk you through my game on the weekend. It was pretty mid, but it was probably my better game. One of my better games. Okay? Aiden's in shot, lol. First of all, let's just talk through this as one of my greatest ground ball gets of all time. Look at that. This guy. He at this point here, I'm not winning this football. But you can actually see. So I stop because I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to have to defend this ball here. And I'm like, okay, if he picks up the ball here, just try and slap it out of his hands. But nah, fumble. gone. Straight away, I'm onto it. Can we begin by saying that opposition kit is putrid? And then, bang, picks it up. Shit handball, by the way. Shit handball, by the way. Missed Jarrod, but he still had plenty of time to be able to gather and, we go forward. All right, next clip. Again, watch it. I mean, good block here by Kearns, but bang, spin out of trouble. Terrible fucking kick. But again, get it to the target, and they do the rest. Okay, number 43 here. I don't think I'd do anything in this contest. Maybe another shit handball. This is all in the first couple of minutes of the game. I was like, all right, pick it up. Shit handball. Again, I actually have more time than I think, and that's what I learned in this game. Like, look at this. I have so much time here. I'm panicked because I just don't have any. At this point, I'm just getting screamed at. They're like, Twisty, give me the ball. And I'm like, hit the target. So I'll work on that this week. I'll work on that. That was a shit handball. And Hicksy, I think, dropped it, and we had to get it out there. Anyway, this was not a bad kick inside 50. I just thought this was a poor contest from McDonald. I didn't think he played super well on the weekend. Again, he's just not judging the ball drop. I think Cardman maybe even kicked a goal here. Now, this is the strapped shoulder by me, by the way. And Dean got no instincts. I have instincts. Excuse me, watch this. I put the block on here because I could see our big chieftain charging through. Like, just get the body in the way. Bad shoulder and all. Get the body in the way because I know, yes, he's going to get this kick away, but I made sure that he was going to get the kick away. Plenty of time. And we hit up Sedge inside forward 50. I'm pretty sure missed. But, like, it's just about understanding what to do there. Like, first of all, the handball definitely went to me from Bircho. But, you just got to get in there. Get in the way. I'm not a big unit, but I'm more than happy to put my body in the way to get the kick away. That's what I mean. Like, it's just those little things that I am doing in just game 5 or game 4. Oh, yeah, here. This is a nice little moment here. And this will tell you why you don't give up on the play. Candy loses it. My opponent gets the ball. Don't give up on the chase. And I actually get the arm in here to affect the kick. Watch this. He could have got a kick in here, but I just pull his arm enough that this kick skews off the side of the boot and will go out of bounds. So again, don't give up on the play and you can make an impact. Okay? All right. What else? What else happened here? Oh, yeah. I thought I was going to get absolutely killed. That kid got one of the biggest sprays after that. Did he really? That's crazy. Why? Because I got him. Lol. I thought I was going to get killed because of this kick from Dan. Went so high in the air. I thought this bloke was absolutely about to murder me. But Doss just said, you've got it. And I had it. And this is just an unbelievably perfect coast to coast, by the way. Look at that. Nice kick into the guts. And then over the top here to Toss. And he sends it deep. And just a fumbled mark. They were height-shaming me. That's funny, because pretty sure their team got fucked. And I played reasonably well. Like, embarrassing. I missed the target here with the handball. Should have hit Cardi. Again, shit handball, Dean. Be fucking better. If Cardi gets it, it's still low percentage kick if he gets it. But I should have done a bit better there, I must say. And then here. And this is just a compilation of shit kicks from me. Here's another shit kick. Missed the target. But I'm getting in the right spots, okay? I'm getting in the right spots. I don't win this football. What else? Oh, yeah, Jarrah finds me out here. This was better. I actually hit the handball here. I probably shouldn't have given the handball here, actually. Oh, yeah, this guy was on the ground. I definitely thought I should have given away a high free kick here because first of all, this guy's shitting himself. Doesn't want to pick up the ball. Just a little tap. And then this guy goes so low. Like, how can I not give away a high free kick here? Like, what am I supposed to do? He's basically below my knees, and I'm already that short. I'm already coming at pace. There's nothing I can do. Anyway, didn't give away free, but I just, was like, oh, I'm not going to tackle him now. Anyway, Jared gets the ball out to me here. Nice. I actually probably shouldn't have given this handball to Cardman because the guy was so hot on him. But he's still got decent kick inside 50 for a contest. So, we rate that. And then he followed up his good work. He had a shit handball as well there. But, yeah. Now, watch this. I dead set could not see the fucking ball. From this angle, the ball is literally in the middle of where the sun is. Like, I'm completely blind at this point. I'm like, I cannot see this ball right here. Blind as a fucking bat. And of course, hits me on the shoe. And I'm like, fuck. So I've got to go win the ball back. Mooney gets the handball out. Step through one. And what a fucking handball to Andre. Gets the kick away. Let's just have a look at this again in slow motion here. Pick up, clean, get tackled, and to get the handball through one of their blokes to our man in the traffic to get the kick out, elite. I was so impressed with that moment for myself, I must say. And then, of course, the moment you've all been waiting for. This kick from Kual. And let's just pause it here. 99. Whoever's Mr. 99. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you thought you had a chance. Because you never did. I had a good amount of space here. And you're in another postcode. You're gone. Like, in another postcode, the step around. I've had 50 million years to get rid of this ball. And Scafey was ripping me after the fact because I didn't see him. Far left of your screen, you can see a player coming in here, number 21, just below me here. He was like, Dean, how did you not see me? And I'm like, mate, there's 4 blokes in front of you and I'm 5 foot tall. I could not see past the 4 blokes in front of you. So I should have put a bit more on the kick, a few more wheat bix on it. Because, yeah, this was really sort of a 15-meter chip here. But, yeah, fuck, this is funny. This was so funny. This is, like, so cold, man. Like, I'm just casually strolling. Like, embarrassing. Because, yeah, I can see the 2 guys in front of me. I definitely would have been able to hit Scave. But, yeah, it was just... I just honestly didn't see him. So, ball comes out and repels. But that was it. That was my game this week. It was a pretty good game, actually. Apart from all the terrible fucking kicking. So, that's my goal this week. Kick the ball a bit better. And hopefully we'll do a bit better. You know? So, that's it.